Hi, everybody. I'm Kimmo from Ditchin. Ditchin is a social impact startup providing digital ID for people who don't have ID. Here's Bayani, a father of 3 who doesn't have an ID. The lack of ID means that Bayani and his children are excluded from basic financial and social services. Without an ID, he can't even vote. To get an ID, Bayani would need to get way too many documents. And this is a totally impossible task for a person like Bayani who doesn't have any documentation. For this, Bayani is not alone, but there's over 1 billion people in the world who don't have ID. They can't access basic services we take for granted, and they must not be left behind. For this, we created inclusive digital ID. Here you see how we are collecting personal information using standard Android device. Once the information is collected, we use existing regulated practices to digitally sign and verify the information. Then Ditchin ID card can be issued instantly to a person, and it starts to work immediately so that Bayani can right away open up a bank account, for example. And all of this works, of course, in an offline environment where most of the rural villages are. So Ditchin makes the impossible task of getting an ID to an easy thing to do. Reduce the time to get an ID from months to minutes, and we lower the cost by 10-fold. We are currently in process in Papua New Guinea to become legally accepted identification. For this, we have partnered up with the Central Bank of Papua New Guinea, the regulator, Asian Development Bank, and our security is audited by PricewaterhouseCoopers. During first year of operation, Ditchin generated 260,000 sales, and thanks to being cash flow positive, the company is 100% owned by the 4 founders. We're looking for €500,000 investment to speed up business development, and we are very keen to learn people from the Pacific Islands and Africa. So Ditchin is ID for all. With digital ID from Ditchin, Bayani, and 1 billion other people in the world, they can now have identification, they can become visible to society, and they have one barrier less to escape from poverty. Thank you.
Can you just explain a little bit more about how you're verifying ID when you're conducting this process and how you're integrating with systems and state-run facilities?
Yes. So we verify ID by using existing regulated practices. For example, in Papua New Guinea, there's regulation where the village chief or pastor is allowed to vouch for a person's ID. Today, they do it by writing a letter that this person is who that person claims to be. It's easy to fake. We do this completely digitally and paperless, and it's signed by that vouching person personally.
Seems like very expensive customer acquisition to go send someone out to recruit all of these individuals. What do the economics of an individual ID look like?
Yes. So, for example, in Papua New Guinea, they have now a law that everybody is required to have an ID, and it's free for the citizens. The government has spent $200 million, and they have managed to give 200,000 IDs so far. So the cost right now is about $1,000 per verified ID. If we compare to, for example, United Kingdom, UK passport costs about $100 because the whole process of verification and especially the personalization of the document and making sure that it comes to the right person is very expensive. We remove all that hassle because when you collect the information, on the spot the information is verified and the ID is issued to a person. So we reduce that expensive process of creating personalized document.
But what does it cost you to actually go out to the village and collect all of the fingerprint and information from these people?
Yeah, so in Papua New Guinea, it costs 15 kina, which is about $4.5 US.
Thank you, Kimmo. Time's up.